We are back with another quick but really exciting Ark news update because we just received the official release date for the Ark Switch Ultimate Survivor Edition. The Ark devs also finally confirmed that the other free DLC maps will be coming to Switch. We also learned that Ark 2 will officially bring mods to console, and this will revolutionize the Ark 2 console experience. But first, let's talk about what the Ark Switch Ultimate Edition is and what it means for Ark as a whole. Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and let's get started. So first of all, if you missed all the drama, the launch of the original Ark port to Nintendo Switch was a massive flop. It was embarrassing. It was ported so badly and the Switch was so underpowered compared to other consoles that it was closer to playing Ark on PlayStation 1 than on PS4. Expansions were supposed to come out, but all the Switch players got was the vanilla base game without any upgrades ever. And even that was almost unplayable. It was so glitchy, the graphics were so bad, and the community complained so much, and it was so nasty, the developers just didn't even respond for years. But the Ark Switch Ultimate Edition is Wildcard's massive apology to Switch players everywhere, because they are not only fixing Ark Switch, but they are completely redesigning it from the ground up on the Unreal 4 engine, so it is on par with the PS4 and Xbox One versions that the rest of us are playing right now. And Ark Switch will be getting brand new content that's not available anywhere else. There are a ton of new features and quality of life improvements that the rest of Ark got since the Switch release date, and all of these updates will come out with the base Ark Switch game. And the expansions are all coming to Ark Switch 2, which is basically 6 Ark games total. And if that's not enough of an apology, Ark Switch will be getting a brand new game mode, which will be happy, peaceful, non-violent, and suitable for survivors of any age or skill level. You can kick back and enjoy Ark without getting killed every 5 minutes by raptors and learn really cool facts about real-life dinosaurs, and I'll tell you more about that as more information comes out. And another simple but massive update for the new Ark Switch is that it will bring private server support. Now you might hear that and not think that's a big deal, but you can now have your very own private world with just you and all of your friends to play on so that no one else can bother you or take up space. Like, I remember trying to play on a public Ark server, and I couldn't even find a spot far enough from another base to put down a cooking fire, and I starved to death and never went back on a public server. It was just too crowded. But on a private server, the whole world is all yours for you and whatever friends you want to invite with you. So now, here is the official Ark Switch release schedule, but trust me, if you expect that at least some of these will be delayed, you will not be disappointed when they are. So on October 25th, 2022, in a little bit over a month from now, the new improved Ark Switch will release with the original map, the island. And if the massive upgrades are not enough, you will now be able to play on the brand new Scorched Earth expansion, also on October 25th. Scorched Earth is an entirely new desert world where you have to fight for survival against new creatures, wyverns, all kinds of new threats. But the biggest struggle will be finding water, and there's lots of new items and gear that you can get, and tons of new challenges to go up against. Then in December 2022, the Ark Switch Aberration expansion will launch. Now this is a broken and malfunctioning Ark where life is only possible underground. Everything has mutated to survive in the massive cave world, and all the creatures and plants glow in the dark. Aberration is really cool but also terrifying, and light is the key to survival there. Then in the first quarter of 2023, the Ark Switch Extinction expansion will release. You can travel to Earth with massive cities, underground forests, and a huge wasteland where you can build giant robots to fight Godzilla-sized titans. In the second quarter of 2023, probably early in the quarter, Ark Genesis 1 will release on Switch, and this changes everything in Ark, lets you play on totally separate mini-maps, but you can teleport around instantly from map to map. There are also missions that you can complete to earn currency to buy rare items, and it really freshens up the usual Ark gameplay. Then, also in the second quarter of 2023, the final Ark Switch expansion, Genesis 2, will release. This takes us to a massive spaceship with a lot of elements of Genesis 1 and some cool new twists, too. It's a controversial expansion because you spawn in with a fully functional tech suit every time you respawn, and you can fly the moment you arrive on the Ark. Now, a lot of people have asked me about the free DLC maps that have come to Ark over the years. These are some of the biggest, coolest Ark maps, and they're actually made by the community, not Wildcard. And this week's Ark News Update has been the first time Wildcard has confirmed these maps will finally come to Ark Switch. They said, "The remaining Ark and community content will be added in intervals," when they were talking about all the expansion release dates. Now, the free DLC community-made Ark maps are the Center, Ragnarok, Valguero, Crystal Isles, Lost Island, and Fjordur, and these are some of my favorite Ark maps. I think I like a lot of those better than any of the expansions. This means there will be a total of 12 playable worlds on Ark Switch by the end of all of these updates. We currently have just the island map, so this will be absolutely massively expanding Ark to the point where it will take you forever to even see all that Ark has to offer on Switch. Seriously though, you will probably need to expand your Switch storage to fit more than one Ark map on there, just saying. We could be talking a couple 100 gigabytes worth of storage to have all the maps on your system. Now, the other question people keep asking me is how the pricing for Ark Switch Ultimate Edition will work. Now, the most common thing is people say, if I already own Ark on Switch, do I have to pay more for it, and how will that work? So if you already paid for Ark Switch when it came out, on October 25th, 2022, there will be a free update that you can download and install all of the upgrades for free. This is not the expansions, but just the upgrades. And Ark will be a totally new and much better experience for you already at no additional cost. There will be a ton of new features and you can play on the island map. And if you're happy with that, you won't have to pay another penny, except you might need to buy an SD card because this will probably be a big file to download. If you end up wanting to play Scorched Earth or any of the other expansions when they come out, you will probably be able to buy each one individually for about $20 per expansion, which is not bad when you think about how much you can do with a whole new world to explore. But if you like Ark and you think you will want to pay for the expansions at some point, you can buy all 5 of them for $50 with the Ark Switch Ultimate Edition. You can do that if you don't own Ark already. That gets you the base game too, included with that $50. That gets you all of the expansions, all of Ark, and you will get to download each new expansion as it comes out without having to pay any more than that $50, as long as you get the Ultimate Edition. If you're not sure if it's going to be worth it, you can still buy each expansion as it comes out separately, but it will probably cost you about $100 total if you pay for each one as it comes out. So the Ultimate Survivor Edition is much more cost effective, but if you're really skeptical, you could always wait like 6 months to a year after all of these expansions come out, because usually at some point, well down the road from the releases, you'll see some big sales where you can get Ark expansions for like 50–80% off. So don't stress too much if you're on a budget, you might just have to wait a while. Now, another really big Ark 2 news reveal was that Ark 2 will now support mods on all consoles. This may not sound like a big deal, but it is massive. There are dozens of entirely new mod maps, creatures, building structures, weapons, game modes, outfits, and all kinds of other features that you can get from mods. And there are brand new mods coming out all the time. So with mod support, Ark literally never gets old. And even some really basic mods like Structures Plus can save you hundreds of hours of tedious inventory management alone. So the fact that mods will be available for console players for Ark 2 will mean it will have infinitely more possibilities for all of our Ark console players. And before we end this video, just in case you missed the other huge news for Ark that came out last week, and by huge, I mean the Carcharodontosaurus is coming to Ark really soon, and it will be as big as or bigger than the Giga. This creature is really going to shake up the Ark meta, and if you want to find out everything we know about it right now, check out the link in the description of this video and watch my whole Carcharodontosaurus news update. So that's about it for the Ark news this week, but make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you're excited about any of the Ark news that I've shared with you today, and drop a comment to tell me which new Ark expansions, maps, or features you are most excited about. And keep an eye out for more Ark news coming soon. Thanks for watching this video from the Ark Survival Guide. Please give it a thumbs up, share it around, and leave a comment. That helps us so much, and we love hearing from you. Make sure you subscribe to this channel and ring that bell for all notifications so you don't miss our next video full of tricks that will help you win at Ark. While you wait, here's more videos you can watch right now, and we will see you in the next video.